I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guest, Dr. Pawan Kumar Singh. He is Director of Indian Institute of Management, Tiruchirappalli. He has served as Director of Management Development Institute, Gurgaon, Director in charge of Indian Institute of Management, Indore, and Chairperson of the first Academic Committee of IIM Sambalpur. Dr. Singh has been Professor of Organizational Behavior and Human Resource Management at Indian Institute of Management, Indore for 15 years. He earlier served as faculty in management at National Institute of Industrial Engineering, Mumbai, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, Kanpur University, and Vikram University at Ujjain. Prior to his joining academics, he worked for Bank of India as Industrial Relation Officer, having served at Jamshedpur and Ranchi. Dr. Singh is PhD in Management with post-graduation in Economics as well as Personal Management and Industrial Relations. Dr. Singh enjoys traveling, music, cricket, poetry, astronomy, and reading quotations. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Pawan Kumar Singh.
Scriptures have also described democracy directly and indirectly in context of India being land of democracy for long time. So point number one, which are the sources which we should study to understand India is mother of democracy? So I'm just counting sources quickly. First source is set of Vedas. There are 4 parts of Vedas and 2 parts, that is the oldest book of the world, Rig Veda, and that Veda which has the longest list of index. Which Veda has the longest list of index? सबसे ज़्यादा विषय वस्तु किस वेद में है? Answer is Atharva Veda. So Rig Veda and Atharva Veda, these two are sources to understand that India is mother of democracy. Then comes Upanishada. Upanishada is part of Vedas. And Upanishads, basically, they are the pinnacle of Veda. They are called Vedanta. Vedanta does not mean end part of Veda. Vedanta means that beyond this, Veda has nothing to say. And that is the quintessential essence of Veda is Vedanta. That is also called Upanishad. 194 Upanishads are available in market. And out of these 194 Upanishads, I found that 5 or 6 Upanishads, they talk about the democratic processes which was being practiced in this part of the land. And I will come to that point a bit later. Then if we see 3 basic books, which all 3 written in Sanskrit, one is Arthashastra by Kautilya, but before that I should have said Manu Smriti, very important book. Unnecessarily quoting 1 or 2 shloka here and there, Manu Smriti has been blamed, but we should be wise enough. We should not throw the baby with the bathwater. And Manu Smriti is a very golden Shastra which talks about democratic processes. And also this Arthashastra of Chanakya talks about India being, let us say, or having practiced democracy for long. And the 3rd book is Shukra Niti. Let me tell you with a little louder voice, Shukra Niti should be studied by any person who lives in the world of intelligentsia. Intellectual है तो शुक्र नीति जरूर देखिए. शुक्र नीति talks about democratic processes, democratic decision making. It talks about how to recruit people, how to keep people, how to retain people, how to motivate people, when people should not be retained in the organization, when an employee should decide to leave the organization. No MBA book I have seen where it is said that when employee should decide to leave the organization. Anyway, so these are the books. Then even we cannot imagine, Yog Vasist talks about India being a place where democratic decision making has been emphasized. Now let me come, I'm not counting now the books, there are so many. Now let me say few glimpses. Point number 1 here, I will just say. Take example of Ramcharitmanas. I did not count these 2 because this goes without counted because these are the books of history. This is called Itihasa, that is Mahabharata and Ramayana. And Ramcharitmanas, do you think that King Dashrath, he decided his son Ram to be the next king? No. He did not decide his son to be the next king. He decided that a person called Ram, who is also by chance his son, but actually capable of becoming the king, and that's why he should be king. And what was the process, democratic process you see? Whenever we launch something, even in marketing, we do market survey. So Dashrath thought that my hair is going now gray, so somebody should be king. Because in those days, even from the land of Ujjaini, there is a story which says that a king used to find higher order of call to give up the position of kingship and get engaged into meditation. For example, from Ujjain, Bhartrihari Vikramaditya Katha indicates towards that elder brother who was king, and then he says to younger brother, please come, take this responsibility of kingship and let me do some better thing. And what was the better thing? Let me go to jungle, meditate, and let me get introduced to myself. So Bhartrihari left the kingdom. Similarly, Dashrath, when he wanted, he did a survey of those who were their councils, ministers, the household, the people very close to him, and the dynasties which were around the dynasty of Ayodhya, and he consulted also those who were well-wishers of Ayodhya. He consulted those who were neutral to Ayodhya, and he also consulted them who were not having a great well-being kind of chitta for Ayodhya. That is, Ari Mitra Udasi. In Ramcharitmanas it said, Ari Mitra Udasi, Sakal Purvasi, all people living in Ayodhya and all the dynasties surrounding around Ayodhya, they may be neutral or friend or foes to us. I have done the survey, Dashrath is saying. To whom? To Vashisht and many council, many persons who were learned people, that, oh dear council, oh Pancha, oh the best decision makers, I am reporting to you the survey finding which says that internal people and all external people, they say that Ram has fulfilled all the eligibility criteria to become king, so he should be king. But before he should be king, Jo pancha hi mat lagay nika, karahu harashi hiya, Rama hi tika. That don't accept my survey, Dashrath says, because you are learned, you are the best persons to decide. I am just reporting you the survey. And if you find pancha hi matlab ka panch, means panch means earlier 5 people together used to decide something. That's why we used to call panch, because one mind decides something, the quality may go down. Even 2 minds may be subjected to some kind of, let us say, some kind of myopia. So, jo pancha hi mat laga hi nika. Now, this report which I am placing to you, if you find that Ram is actually capable of becoming king, then with delightfulness in the heart, dharahu harashi hiya ka matlab hriday, harashi ka matlab harsh. Let me talk to just one line to all young people. Live with harsh, delightfulness. Don't live with face pulled down and I have so many work, I am doing MBA, I have done MBA, I am managing director, I am management trainee, I am professor. Are theek hai bhai, your visiting card is only 1.5 inch tall. You are much taller. God has sent you much taller than your visiting card. Be beyond that. So, dharahu harashi hiya, ramahi tika. And by being delightful, if you feel delightful, make Ram as king. This was the democratic process. Second point, I will come to Mahabharata. But here I will not be able to quote from where I am taking, because at multiple places I had to take to create a series of understanding which I will place within 1 minute. How democratically decision used to be taken during those periods when Mahabharata was written, or Mahabharata, that age was being lived. Let me tell you, democratic decision process, to my understanding, has been described in Mahabharata, that how assembly should decide, and you will find the fragrance of democratic decision-making process there. So, Mahabharata says, worst thing you can do while going to assembly to contribute to decision-making, what worst thing you can do, and how you can keep improving, further keep improving, further keep improving, and further keep improving your quality of decision. In 5 stages it has been described, but they are found in a scattered manner. So, worst to better to best. The worst thing one can do, and especially it is being indicated to king, who is the supreme authority, let us say, worst thing one can do to go when one goes to assembly for decision making, that go without preparation and start imposing your idea because you have power and authority. We should not do like that as vice chancellor or director or managing director or chief of any company, never. This is the worst thing Mahabharata says. What better we can do? Better than that is going to assembly with preparation and being able to see the fact and truth. Go with preparation. So let me tell you, my dear younger ones now, sometimes I'll keep going to younger one. Never go to assembly for decision making. Never go to meeting without preparing in home, without homework. And in other Shastra it is written that going to assembly for making decision without preparation is doing a papa karma. It is a sin. Let us not do that sin. So Mahabharata says the better thing is that you go with preparation and then speak fact and truth. But you might have seen many people that who say fact and truth, they think they have authority to become bitter. You might have met some persons. Hey, I am honest, so I am bitter. Arey, if you are honest, who has given you authority to become bitter? No. So Mahabharata says, third stage is that, compared to speaking fact and truth in meeting, it is better to speak truth and fact in the meeting by keeping the self-esteem of others intact. To senior people, I would like to, senior persons, if many are here, I would like to remind for your kind consideration, if any employee comes to meet you in your chamber, your quality can be measured by with what self-esteem the person leaves your chamber. Agar wo dukhi hoke chhodta hai, your quality should be doubted. That is the point. Still, better thing is that not only go to assembly for decision making with fact and truth and keeping other self-esteem intact, also take a decision in such a way that you pass on the responsibility of decision to others. That is called generating agreeableness. It has been emphasized in Mahabharata. You should generate agreeableness. And even better than that is that not only generate agreeableness, take a decision which is in favor of maximum advantage. So these are the 2 examples. There are so many examples. Even at 40 places in Rig Veda, democratic process indirectly have been described. At 9 places in Atharva Veda, democratic process has been emphasized. Just 30 seconds or 40 seconds. And we can quote from, and especially I'm more fond of Sanskrit scriptures, and I have seen many sutras, not for any other purpose. My management sutras from Sanskrit scripture, which was published, it is 625 pages book. It has also compilation of many sutras connected to democratic processes, which I'm not able to quote because of paucity of time, but I would love to give answer. And I did not talk about Lichavis and let us say other dynasty called, many people don't quote this Mallas. Mallas used to rule around Jhansi area. They had democratic processes. And then the Janpada, where the father of Gautam Buddha used to rule, had a democratic processes. And then entire processes which was followed, I will tell you a cut-off timeline. Before 400 AD, India was having democratic fragrance. Only between, let us say, 450 AD to say 1946, we were not democratic. And at the end, I will say, our democratic processes in ancient time is fully reflected while we drafted constitution, and our constitution, which has 1,17,000, more than that words, so many words, 2,500 amendments were discussed in the period of 2 years, 11 months and 17 days, which was time taken for making constitution. If you see the processes of making constitution of India, you will find that all those democratic values have been reflected in writing and in the painting of Nandalal Bose. His 22 paintings you should know about what were in the original copy of constitution. So India has been for long a country which has nurtured democracy. Thank you, and sorry for exceeding few seconds. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to